Right, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's a bit cooler today, so a bit of a nicer day for riding, to be honest, than it's been of late. Right, I want to talk to you about BMWs. Let's get down the road. Yes, welcome back, and thanks for joining me again. Much appreciated. I think I'm going to go this way today. On the way to the CAF. But I wanted to chat about BMWs, and the thing is, over the years I've spoken to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bikers about biking in general, why they ride, their riding history. Whoops. And it's really interesting. There's a sort of a little theme that I've picked up on that I thought about a few days ago. And this is specifically a group of bikers who I think you'd call the born-again bikers. Yes, that group of bikers who we all know about that probably passed their test and rode motorbikes up to a certain stage in their life, and then gave up for numerous reasons, mostly family or just the convenience that they needed a car, and that bikes were no longer their thing, or that they just outgrew bikes really and just wanted something more practical. Just get around there. And now maybe a lot of these bikers are in their 40s, 50s, even 60s, and they decide all of a sudden, for whatever reason, maybe it's a midlife crisis, maybe it's just looking for their youth again, but they've decided, I used to love riding bikes. Some little thing sparks them and makes them think about motorbikes again, and they decide to go back. So they often ponder this for months, often years, and think to themselves, should I get back into motorcycling again? I've got my licence. I've still got my licence from back in the day. I've got time on my hands now. I've got money. I've got enough money to be able to buy some of these amazing bikes that are out there now that I see. Why don't I go out and get myself a bike? Remember how I used to love it. Remember how I used to go out with my mates, do all sorts of fun and exciting things. What about it? Should I get back into biking? And a lot of these guys and gals, but I think mostly men I'm talking about here, first they have to convince themselves, so they have to have that discussion with themselves. Do I really want to do this? Is it safe? What am I doing? Am I having a midlife crisis? There's some food for sale there, I think. And they also have to, apart from convincing themselves, the next stage of this journey, I hate that word. The next stage of this is to convince their partner and their family. Maybe they've got teenage children that are going to look at them and say, Dad, you want to buy a what? A motorcycle? What is the matter with you? So they have to go through this process of convincing not just themselves, but also all their family around them that this is possibly a good idea. And then it gets difficult. Right, we'll go through Shatterford. Now, we have to accept that in motorcycling there are subcultures, aren't there? And when people think of biking, people that don't know nothing about biking just sort of classify it as one blob. It's just people on motorbikes. They're dangerous, they're noisy, they're horrible, and that's it. But within biking there are of course subcultures. There's your cruiser guys and your adventure guys. There's people on retros, and then there's the race guys out on their race bikes pretending to be Valentino Rossi on a Sunday. So our born again biker who is on this little plan that he's going to become a biker again, and he's got to convince himself and his partner and his kids possibly and the rest of his family that this is a good idea, has to then start looking at what sort of bike should I have. If I did go down this route, what sort of bike would I have? And I've spoken to quite a number that it's quite obvious, reading between the lines, their number one bike in order to get through this conundrum is a BMW. Now I don't of course mean the race BMWs, the 1000 RRs and all that. No, I mean the adventure ones, the GSs, either the mid-range ones, the 800s, or of course the bigger ones. And the reason for that, I think, is that BMW is something you can sell easier to the family as something that's possibly just slightly sensible. Why? Because BMW, those three words bring up that image of cars and car culture rather than motorcycle culture. It's in many ways the absolute diametrically opposed motorcycle subculture to say Harley Davidson, that are pure motorcycle culture. In some ways they're, I think, seen as sort of the sensible option, and that's why I talk about a gateway substance. I say substance because if I say the other word, I'm probably going to get demonetized. So, but yeah, a gateway substance into biking, something that not just they can convince themselves is an easy way into getting back into bikes, a safe way, a comfortable way, but possibly more importantly can convince their partner and their family. Now obviously it's still a motorbike, and we all know it's still a bike, but if you're going to choose a motorcycle to come back into biking with, maybe it's just the one that's the easiest one to convince yourself and other people that it might be a good idea. So what do you think? Please leave your opinion in the comments. Have you come across people like this? I know I certainly have. And even though they might not say absolutely directly that it was I chose the bike because I could convince my family more than any other machine, if I said the word Suzuki or Yamaha or Kawasaki, they wouldn't like that. That would bring up images of speed and danger, whereas BMW just softens it a little bit and just makes you feel a little bit more confident about putting this to your family, and for them to actually say, maybe you could do that. What do you think? Have you come across people, or are you yourself somebody who, if you really admit it to yourself, are a BMW rider and got back into bikes at a later stage in life, and BMW was your chosen make, possibly because of this reason, or this was part of the reason? Because I certainly know people who would openly admit that, and I'm thinking of one person in particular who openly admits it, that he sold it to his wife because they were in a BMW car showroom, and it actually shared its showroom with some BMW bikes, and that's how he got talking about the idea of getting the bike again, was this sort of crossover between sensible car and dangerous motorcycle. I mean, of course, you could include other brands into this. Honda, for instance, I mean, they make very sensible cars, and everybody knows their cars, and they make very sensible motorcycles as well, so maybe they could be one of these gateway brands too. But I think BMW especially have almost cornered that market. And of course the Ewan and Charlie thing helped as well. But there we go, we're at the calf. Bit cooler today, so it might be nice sitting out here in the sun. That's all from me. Thanks very, very much for being with me. Amazing the amount of views I've got lately. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Oh, John's there. Looks like he's on his own. I'll go and join him. Yeah, thanks for the all the likes and the views. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I really would appreciate it. And that's all from me. I'll go and sit with John. Try and avoid all the duck excrement. So there we go. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.